made me want to take a break from talking in the first place. Shh. As they say, silence is golden.
My gosh, it's been forever. How are you? I know. No, I'm just in the library. It's all good. And today is the perfect day. Must do it? Probably not.
Jenna,
the phone will ring, the TV will be on. We're incapable of it.
For a story about quiet and silence, that was the loudest piece we've seen in a long time.
Say it. I didn't stop talking throughout the whole piece.
There's a certain irony.
I live for that irony.
Two things, hang around, two things people are talking about this morning. The blizzard, obviously, and also the kid, all right? Still, but you did get a lot of response.
We did. We heard a lot about it.
How much more after your local news? Footage from an appearance they had here. I'm not sure. One of them looked familiar. Maybe, maybe not.
I don't know. We'll have to see. On August 30th. Morning, everyone. I'm Savannah Guthrie alongside Matt Lauer and Natalie Morales and Willie Geist. Al's up in Boston in just a moment.
Also ahead, what was your favorite video of the week? We've got some great choices lined up for you on
Up in Boston. Al, good morning. What are you seeing?
Today's top clicks, where you vote for your favorite video of the week. Willie is here. He's going to take us through these.
Yes, I am. Click number one is our winner from last week. So if we could have the drum roll, please. I have to say, some of us are rooting for this one. Pep talk from Kid President.
Let's get it out.
Was it close, the voting, or did he kind of crush the competition?
No, he crushed this week, but he's got some really good competition coming up the week ahead, because our click number two, proof that Gangnam Style, that fad, alive and well, at least among the babies.
That's pretty cute. I love that one.
That's
a good one.
Kid President's got a tough week ahead of him here.
Exactly.
Moving on to click number three, the ultimate parking ticket payback. City workers, and last but not least, our fourth click. He was here on Thursday. 2-year-old basketball phenom Titus Ashby.
Supposed to kind of influence our viewers, right?
We can just say. But sometimes we just have to speak out.
I like Gangnam Style.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's cute.
let's look through them one more time. Your choices once again: Pep Talk from Kid President, Gangnam Baby, Parking Payback, and Titus's Trick Shots. You can go to today.com, as always, right now to make your pick, and we'll reveal perhaps a new winner or a repeat winner next Friday.
And we thank you for that, Willie. I know you'll be spending all weekend tabulating the vote.
Yes.
We're back in a moment. This is Today on NBC. Hanging chads and all.
Everything cheaper today. I'm Willie Geist along with Natalie Morales. We're dedicating the show today to frugal living. We're going to crown a champion in our quest for the best, savviest saver. We'll give you some ideas to decorate your home on the cheap. And we've put two great chefs to this challenge. Dinner for 4 for $12 or less. Tweet us your best money-saving advice at #MySavingsTip, and we'll share some of them throughout the show. Jeff Yeager, the self-proclaimed ultimate cheapskate, going to help us through this hour. And you're very proud of this title, aren't you?
I am, and I'm psyched because I brought my snacks.
He is the frugal guy.
He thinks of everything. We'll talk to Jeff in just a minute, but first an update on this monster winter storm taking aim at the Northeast. Blizzard warnings in effect. Incredible, Al. Okay, we'll check back in with you in a few minutes for that local forecast. Now to our special Today's Take 3, how to do everything cheaper. For that, we welcome in again Jeff Yeager, besides being the self-proclaimed ultimate AARP. All right, let's go with our Take 1 here. What do you hate spending on? Jeff, spending money on Jeff. For you, the answer is everything.
Yes.
Could you be more specific, though? What's the one or two things you hate spending money on? Okay.
Avoid paying
How do you
interest.
avoid that?
If you can't afford to pay for it now, you really can't afford it. Americans spend $600,000 in interest during the course of their lifetime. Cheapskates spend a fraction of that.
Is that realistic, though, for people to put nothing on a credit card?
I write a lot about it. There's a whole lot of ways you can try to live debt-free and save that interest. The other thing we cheapskates hate spending money on is depreciation. We like to buy things that are new, that are used. Let somebody else pay that depreciation.
So a new car is out for you.
Yes, and for instance, I surveyed my cheapskates, and they like to buy antique furniture, which may actually increase in value rather than regular furniture that will decrease in value.
On the car question, is it smarter to buy a car or to lease a car, in your opinion?
In my opinion, buy a quality used car.
But a used one.
A used car, yes.
What do you hate spending money on?
You know what annoys me are those baggage fees at an airport. And you get to the kiosk, you've already paid a couple $100 for the flight, and they say, by the way, 50 more bucks for an additional bag.
I would add internet. Nobody should have to pay for internet use, especially if you're going to a nice hotel. I mean, come on. That should be included in the price of the hotel room.
I totally agree. I think there will come a day where the internet service is like air. Everyone just has it. We all have a right to it.
I went to fly the other day, and they said, how many bags on the little computer screen? And it had a big exclamation point, 0 bags free.
Wow. Thanks.
Wow, there's a concept,
Now,
right?
you
Thanks for
actu-
the good service.
Jeff, you actually don't have a mobile device. Could this be true? 88% of Americans do at this point. You're in the 12%?
I am not a cellulite. I've never owned a cell phone. I've been living
Thank goodness for that.
I've been living cell phone free since 1958, and nothing awful has ever happened.
But do people get frustrated when they're trying to reach you?
No.
So to book you on the show today, we actually sent you a letter. Several weeks later, we heard back, and you somehow arrived
to
here.
answer your question, the people who freak out are your producers. Who
Yeah.
are like,
Yes.
and I'm saying I've been on your show before. Have I ever not appeared?
You've
Right,
been here
there
every
you
time.
go.
Our second take is biggest spending regrets. The National Endowment for Financial Education estimates that in a typical month, more than 2/3 of United States adults buy something on impulse, and most of those purchases lead to regret. How about for you,
I'm a
Natalie?
huge impulse shopper.
What's your-
Completely.
Well,
I
what-
do retail therapy all the time on the internet. That's the big one for me. I'll go on Guilt Group or wherever, and I think I'm getting a deal, but I'm hitting it way too often.
We're going to see one of yours in just a second. How about you? Biggest regret.
I don't.
You can give it to Al.
Al, as they say in Caddyshack, looks good on you, though.
It does, yeah.
That's right. Hey, last time I saw a suit, that guy came with a bowl of soup.
Exactly. My biggest regret was buying a 50-inch television, one of those big, deep ones, right before flat screens came out. It was expensive. I was stuck with it forever. It was heavy. You couldn't move the thing. Every time I looked at it, I resented it.
Yeah, for a long time, I'm sure.
Do you have something you want to show us
I do,
down here,
actually.
Natalie?
I'm
I'm
one
curious
of those,
what I'm
an
looking at.
infomercial sucker,
Okay, so
like
this
a
is
lot
a
of
late-night
people.
purchase for you,
okay,
maybe?
this was, yeah, I saw it. It slices, it dices. I'm like, it's magic. It's going to be great. So I'm going to try to dice and demo this. This I bought like 5 years ago. I don't even know if it exists anymore, to be
Look
honest.
out.
Watch your camera, Johnny. Oh, like I said. Apparently, it smushes everywhere.
Could I suggest
Did
that
not
maybe
work.
you're using it incorrectly?
I might be using it incorrectly, but I'm pretty sure I've got it all worked out there. But
Wow.
as you saw, I've got a nice tomato soup.
Yes.
Diced
Tomato soup on your dress,
On
as
me
a matter
too,
of fact.
yes.
All right, our take 3. Can frugal be sexy? Do you think it's sexy actually to be cheap?
You know, a survey showed that people don't. They did a survey that showed that less than 4% of people associate the word frugal with sexiness. I mean, I think love means never having to say you're cheap. You know what I mean?
All right. I think
it
it's
can be.
well. I think it's sexy if you can't afford something. You put a lot of time and effort into it. Maybe an outing, or you
Right.
make something for somebody. But if you have the cash and you're just not willing to spend money on a date, bye-bye. No second date.
But, you know, also they've shown that people find debt and particularly dishonesty about a partner's financial status to be
That's a deal breaker.
a real turnoff.
It's a real deal breaker for a lot of people, exactly.
All right, let's get to our bonus take, dressing for less. For that, we want to bring in Jill Martin, People Style Watch contributing editor, our good friend, showing us how
Hello.
it's easy to dress for less. Jill, what do you got?
Okay, so I'm frugal too.
Yes.
I always say I'm a cheapskate, but I like to save money. So this is my challenge. I was given the challenge of finding new items that are $10 or less, and then we have to guess which item that is on each person.
Okay.
So let's start with
Is
Willie.
it just the two of us, or is Jeff? Well,
No,
I'm assuming
Jeff-
everything's $10. Okay.
Jeff has got his own situation going here, and nothing is new.
right.
So you are new. So
Okay.
that was $10 or less. What do you think?
Okay, I'm guessing
She's cheating.
Willie's tie. Because I saw him in a different tie earlier this morning.
Well, it's an Oscar de la Renta tie
Okay.
for $6.95. It's a licensing deal used a lot by eBay overseas, and they have 70% off a lot of new items. So you just have to sort of put the work in, and you can find it. What a good-looking tie.
$6.95 for Oscar de la
$6 a
Renta.
silk
That's
tie.
amazing.
And
it
it's
looks
clip-on,
great.
right?
It looks
And
good on you.
I got you a clip-on one.
Okay, Willie, your
Okay,
turn.
so Natalie's next.
Okay, now
Is it
that
the
I'm all
tomato
in
sauce?
tomatoes.
That was on the
Tomato sauce
was
is free.
extra.
I'll say the sweater. Is it the sweater?
Okay, so I brought actually the
I
tag
hope it's
to
the
show
sweater,
you.
else I'll feel terrible.
$49.95 marked down to $20, and then you see the X, $10 for her dress.
Come on.
That whole dress.
I paid a
Stop
lot
it.
for the sweater, Willie.
No wonder you weren't worried,
The
no wonder you
tomato
weren't worried about
dress.
getting tomatoes on
Yeah.
it.
That was
No, I got
95
tomatoes
cents
on it.
extra, so I went a little over for the tomatoes.
Yes,
Wait, now, how do you get your
Exactly.
hands on a $10 dress?
I know. You know what? I
H&M,
had to
right?
search, but
Yeah.
it takes a little longer, but you save.
And
okay,
your top
okay,
is
so
also-
I'm the last one. I'm wearing two things, $10 or under.
I know your top
things?
because I saw your top.
Okay, so the top is $10.
And you're
from
holding out your
H&M.
wrist.
The bracelets.
No, the earrings
Earrings.
from Century 21, $8.95.
Amazing.
So most of my outfit is under 20. See, you know, we're both under $20, but I wanted to hook you up with a new item.
Oh, I
from
like
Century
that.
21, so it's under $20. Don't worry, you could still wear it, but it's new.
Can I keep it?
Yeah, it's to keep.
How much? How much was the shirt?
$14.
Would you ever spend 14 bucks on your own shirt, Jeff?
No, I would buy it used.
Right, but designer, $14. Now I hooked you up.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
He doesn't like the game. He doesn't like it.
He's like, I'm not a checkered kind of guy.
Yeah, it's a little pricey for him. Jill, thanks so much. We
Great.
appreciate it. Jeff,
Thank
you're going
you.
to stick around to help us out
I
some
am,
more.
yeah.
We got a competition coming up. Remember, tweet us your best money-saving advice at #MySavingsTip. We're going to share a bunch of those throughout the show. By the way, at noon Eastern today, you can log on to today.com for a live web chat with couponing expert Colin Morgan.
Oh, good.
Before we do all that, though, let's check in with Natalie. Some of today's headlines. Go like this. Go like this. All right,
So
Natalie,
cute.
thanks a lot. Let's head back up to Boston. Okay, time to announce the winner. Who's it going to be, Jeff?
I wish I could have all three of you be winners, sort of a triple coupon day of winners, but I'm awarding it to Jessica for being an all-around Renaissance saver.
Wow,
All right.
Jessica,
Good job.
congratulations.
Well done. You all are amazing. Friday, February 8th, 2013. And, of course, we're keeping a close watch outside the windows around here and all up and down the Northeast. As you all know, big snowstorm coming our way. It seems like it's still kind of going, but now it's sort of changing over a little bit.
Wintry mix here right
Wintry
now.
mix, as Al's been telling us, but then we're going to get walloped a little bit later on. But Boston expected to get maybe even upwards.
Don't look at me. I didn't do it.
I know. Well,
You looked at me like, you're making
I
it
know.
snow again.
Mr. Lester Holt, look what Lester brought in when he came into the
It
studio.
wasn't snowing until he walked in the studio.
Yeah. What's up with that, Lester? Meanwhile, coming up, we have more of our special hour. Everything cheaper today. We're making everything old new once again by repurposing or upcycling rather than recycling the furniture in your home.
That's cool. Plus the apps that can save you some pretty serious money. Also, two chefs going head-to-head in our chicken challenge. Dinner for four for $12 or less. We'll see who can do it better.
And look who is gracing the covers of USA
boy.
Weekend,
Here
which
we
may be
go.
in your paper, and USA Today, out today. Willie, cover guy, along with his lovely wife, Christina. You guys met in middle school, and it's all
we
about your
did.
love story. Your
Aw.
kids in there as well, George and Lucy, and it's really sweet. And you share your tips for a happy, long marriage.
Yeah, we do. And they caught us in our natural state. We have
A bed of roses?
Yeah, we sleep on a bed of roses, and just like that, head to head.
And you see each other upside down.
Yeah, we do. It's strange,
That's
but
tip number one.
it works for us.
Okay.
No, they were very nice to do a piece, and it's a fun sort of a Valentine's Day.
It is. It's
I've known her
really
since I was
sweet.
11 years old, so
It's amazing.
somehow it's
But I
worked.
love how you say at one point in your relationship, I guess middle school to high school, she traded you in for
Oh.
the jocks and the cool guys who had cars.
Talk about upgrading.
Yeah.
She upgraded. She went for the cool older guys.
And then what
with
happened
cars.
afterwards? She
Downgraded back. She came back.
Well, you kind of led us to that point.
She
so.
did. She downgraded. Lester, besides taking shots at me and bringing snow,
Yes. What else do you got up your
What else
sleeve?
you
We're
got
going to
this
talk snow,
weekend?
because the way I figure it, we're going to be at the height of this storm about the
Yeah.
time.
When you're on the air tomorrow morning.
Eric and I are marching our way to the studio, so it's going to be a tough morning. We're going to obviously have the very latest as it's all coming down and see
need
how
skis.
hard. Yeah, I mean, 3 feet perhaps in some areas in New England. So we'll have all our reporters out showing you the impact of the weather. And you got fitness questions. Jenna's got answers. She'll have tips to help you get in shape, and maybe it'll involve some snow shoveling or staying
Jenna
inside and
doing
doing
another
that.
fitness segment always scares me. Okay.
Whoa, where's she going? Then the psychology of smell. There really is some serious signs.
That always surprises me, that test. I really wonder.
I know, I'm really bad at that. You can hold a piece of fruit in front of me. I'm like an orange, and it's an
Something
apple or
completely, yeah.
I'm not good at that. Anyway, it's all coming up this weekend on Today if we get in with the snow. If not, this is going to be just empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
an empty bench and the
You'll
sound
be
of
here.
crickets.
it'll be like that little fireplace they show at Christmas.
Go rent your cross-country skis now because they're going to be out of them in a couple
Maybe
of
I'll
hours.
just bed down on the sofa
Yeah.
tonight. Just
All
in
right.
case.
That fireplace does good numbers, by the way.
I
Chris,
know it
maybe
does.
we should put that out. Who
Cheers.
knows? All right, Lester,
Cheers.
thanks. Let's check in with Al.